So I've got a wee lamb that's gotten cold, and I've just mixed up some glucose in warm water for him. So I'm just going to give him a jab in the guts. And hopefully this will give him a wee boost, warm him up, and then I'll give him some milk just in a half an hour or so's time once he's had a chance to warm up and this has had a chance to take effect. Come on, bud. So this is him. As you can see, he's very sad looking, very weak. Now, I'm not an expert in this. I haven't not done this very often, so please tell me if I'm doing this wrong. But I've got a new needle, so I was told a finger down and a finger across and then go straight in. So, and it has to be, you have to be quite, to go through the stomach lining into the gut and not just like push it out the way. So she's peeing a wee bit there, which I think is a good sign. So that's a wee jab into the guts. I'm going to pop her back in the heat box now and leave her, and fingers crossed she pulls through. So I've just popped her back in the heat box there. It's getting nice and warm, so I'm just going to shut the lid, leave her to it and hope for the best. So I've got some spare warm water and glucose there. I'm just going to leave it there just in case. My brother is going around stuff outside at the moment to see how everything is. And if there's anyone that needs to come in, come off, we're just going to lift it, try and save as much as we can. Snow obviously hasn't been on for long, but you know, it's long enough that the ground is now white, and anything that gets cold and maybe just isn't wanting to live, it'll just perish. So gonna lift as much as we need to try and save them. I need to go along the pens, mark. Clark was ringing overnight, so I'm gonna mark them all and clear the pens because I have 5 lambing and I have no pens to put them in. So that's what I'm waiting to do now. This whole half is rung already, so they're just to mark. And this half is mostly new stuff. So it was also Clark's last night on night shift. So his own yows are lambing now, and obviously the way the weather is, he's going to be busy. So Davey and I are yet to fight over who's going to do night shift. No, it'll be fine. We'll maybe just try and work something out. We are getting a lesser number. I mean, we've definitely seen the back of it broken now, so we're getting there. But obviously there's still too many to be left to just do camera checks, so we'll need somebody here for the next week or so. I think that should knock out most of it, and then we'll just take it from there. But we'll see how it goes, see what happens, see what's needed to be done. But for now, I'm away to mark up and fill these pens. So these two have lambed outside. Her other one is on the heater. We just took it in. They're literally not long out. So Davey's just gone and fetched them from the field. Of course they've lambed in that. So we're just going to pop them into a pen now. And let them dry off in the warm. But it wouldn't be lambing without some outside lambing in the snow now, would it? Oh God, this brings back horrible memories. Soaking wet yows, freezing cold lambs. This poor wee soul. They're just not getting a start in this. So, as you can see, they're alive, obviously. I'm going to go and give them all a colostrum just to get something warm into their bellies, make sure that they're all okay. I mean, she's literally just not long lambed. I mean, she's still got the clean hanging there. So I'm going to give him a warm up, maybe pop him on the heater beside his pal actually as well. And then it's mission squeeze the rest of them in this shed. I know I've probably said this several times so far, this lambing, but it's not until really when the snow is here and they start lambing outside, accidentally, obviously, when they're not even due, that you start to realise how did we do this before? Like having all of this lambing out there in weather like this, and they all obviously all decide to lamb when it's like this. They don't decide to lamb on a nice sunny day. Not that we get many of them now. But how did we do it? Just those 2 ewes that I've lambed outside this morning, and their lambs, they're up. They're 2 of them are just newborns, so they're not quite up yet. But the other 2 are up and sooked. And you just think, how did we do this? This little heater box would have been working overtime in days like this. And we would never have had enough pens. We've got 83 extra pens, plus this whole shed space. Like, how did we manage? Like, I know we had a few less ewes, but it just, like, it baffles me to be like, how did we get through that? Anyway, enough from me. Colostrum to the 2 little newborns that are on the heater. Well, they're big newborns actually. They're on the heater. 4 are lambing down there. And Dad, my brother and my sister and Davey's away from another trailer, are carting sheep from one shed to another shed to get pens empty in here for the ones that are lambing. And then getting stuff that's out there to another shed so I can get the rest of the twins in. It's all a bit chaotic. Our friends are coming over from Northern Ireland as well today, so they're on their way up as we speak. So that's going to be 3 extra pairs of hands that are going to get put straight to work. So yeah, we've got plenty of folk. It's just trying to get stuff, it's getting stuff done in order. Like, we need to move stuff out of that shed to move stuff out of this shed to that shed and so on. Anyway, snow is still falling. It's absolutely freezing, but just got to keep smiling because it'll all be over soon and we'll all think in June when the lambs are running around the field, fuck, it wasn't that bad. So that's the new pair that were lambed outside. A wee dose of colostrum and a dry off, and they're good to go back to mum. Nice big pair for being a few days early. But we'll get them back to mum now. I took them both away just in case she then wouldn't take one back, but also because they were both sort of similar. So anyway, we'll put them back to mum and see what she says. There we go. She seems very happy with them. So just going around the field outside at the moment, because obviously we haven't managed to get the last 100 sheep inside, and they started lambing outside yesterday. So as you can see, it is disgustingly wet. There's just mud everywhere. So I'm just going around now to see if anybody's lambed overnight, and if they have, I'm going to catch them and take them in. Hopefully, if they have lambed, their lambs are alive, standing up, sooking beside them. But it's been another night of rain and cold wind, so it won't take them long to get a chill. If it's meant to brighten up today, if it does, like, look at this. Like, the bike is even struggling to go about in this. It's just ridiculous. Anyway, the plan today is hopefully to get, the sun's going to come out, and then hopefully it'll be to get stuff outside, ewes and lambs outside, to then make space to get these ewes in. But at the moment, The rain is on still, it's freezing cold, so I can't really see it happening, but we're going to have to do something because I don't want to start losing stuff out here just because we can't get them in the shed. Because to hell with lambing in this shit. There's a yow just away by herself over here. So I'm just going to spin the lights round and take a look. And then there's another yow over there. But it's so grim. I've never seen the fields so bloody wet. Like, it's literally gotten to the point now where the fields are so wet, the bike's hardly making a mark because there's just so much water. Like, it's just ridiculous. It's so bad. So I had 5 lamb out here yesterday. This one hasn't lambed yet, but I'm fairly confident that she's picked her wee spot. Yeah, so you can see the water's off there. Hasn't lambed yet, but she's going to. Slightly more sheltered spot, to be fair to her. So this is what I thought I was going to come across. Yeah, and her 2 lambs. Thankfully she's lambed them down in like a wee sheltered bit. Sort of down off the bank. But still, it's not great being outside. So I'm going to catch her and take her in. And I'm going to go and catch the other one that's picked her spot over the other side as well. But she's done a good job. Her 2 lambs are up, they're on their feet. I'll need to go and have a look and see if they've sucked. But they're both alive, so it's all good. Just gathered in the other batch of our earlies for jamming with Ovivac. We're also going to be tagging them. Got plenty of helpers in this batch again, so just going to be jamming them with their Ovivac. So just got them in, got Roxy and Tara to get them in. So the majority of them are looking not too bad. The lambs are getting their first Ovivac jab, so this is just a 2ml jab under the skin for clostridial diseases and pneumonia. The lambs are also getting their slaughter tag at this time, so this is just an individual tag in one of the ears. This is so when they run through the Tapari in the next few weeks, the Tapari will start recording that tag number against the weight, so I can trace the lamb and how it's performing. It also makes it easier for when these lambs go off farm when they're ready, that I have a list of their tag numbers ready to go to keep the records up to date. So I've just come down to deal with what I thought was 1 row, and it's ended up being 7. So yeah, another 7 less, I guess. So I've got about 5 spare pens, I think, at the moment. We're back to doing night shift ourselves, so my brother did last night. Davey says he's doing tonight, and then I'll do tomorrow. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I might come back and do some bringing and marking up, just in case we do need to let more out to the side pens here. I mean, they're quite full at the moment, but we might have to, might not have an option, depends how quickly they lamb. So yeah, she's filled up just the past 2 hours really. I was back here again about an hour and a half ago and penned up another 4 then, so it's been quite busy, but hopefully tomorrow will be nice and we can get all this outside and clear the decks again. But one forecast says it's going to rain, one forecast says it's going to be nice. You don't know what's going to happen. Well, that's it for this one. I hope you've enjoyed it as always. If you have, please feel free to give it a wee like and subscribe below, and we'll see you in the next one.